How am I supposed to get out of this mess? I wish aliens would come and take me away. Oh, hi there. I'm Sally. You might be wondering how I got here. Well, come on, Mr. Smokey. Help me out here. Eventually, I managed to shove him into my backpack. All that was left to do was to sneak past my parents before they noticed anything. I'd never had any problems with that, though. Everyone at school loved my pet. We were both enjoying the attention until Karen appeared. You're acting like you've never seen a cat before. Look what I got. Wow, it's a goldfish! For some reason, I'd always been obsessed with being the center of attention. I wanted to be the coolest, the best, #1. That's why I was always competing with everyone. Of course, it wasn't all victories and rainbows. I put my cat in my backpack and went to class. How was I supposed to know about our teacher's allergy? Kids, achoo! Did any of you bring your pet to school? Achoo! Check Sally's backpack. You're in for a surprise. My pet is at home. Achoo! What are those sounds then? That was my stomach. I'm going to check for myself. Oh, I wish he hadn't done that. Ah! Get him off me! The teacher ran around the classroom trying to pull my cat off until he stumbled over Karen's backpack. All my classmates were dying laughing. Unfortunately, our teacher didn't share the amusement. Sally, Karen, principal's office now! After school, my best friend Leslie and I went home together. What did the principal say? He called our parents to school. I heard that Karen's parents are rich and beautiful like movie stars. Really? Yeah, by the way, Sally, we've been friends for a long time now, but I've never met your parents. Would you introduce me to them? I can't today. We're renovating, flooded, and expecting guests. See you tomorrow. Okay. Karen's folks were really cool, and I wanted to beat her no matter what. That's why I couldn't bring my real parents to school. What should I do? I've got it! The next morning, I took my mom's dress, dad's suit, and money from my piggy bank. Then I paid 2 homeless people to pretend they were my parents. Soon, Karen, Leslie, and I were sitting outside the principal's office. Karen and I were waiting for our parents, and Leslie was there to support me. Karen, you're an embarrassment! This prank is going to cost you a trip to Disneyland! My classmate was in a world of trouble. Meanwhile, my fake parents took my side without hesitation. Sally, bringing our cat to school was a stroke of genius. See you at home, sweetie. Why do your parents stink like the soup kitchen for the homeless? You're so clueless. Jeez. That's the new Chanel perfume. Karen bit her tongue and didn't say anything else. But for some reason, Leslie was glaring at me. Why did you ask homeless people to pose as your parents? How did you find out? I give them $1 on my way to school every morning. Don't even try to deny it. I couldn't bring my real parents to school because they're ugly, evil monsters. I'm the only pretty person in my family. Are you serious? As a heart attack! Come on, I'll prove it to you. See, they look like evil goblins. Do you believe me now? If you were Pinocchio, your nose would have poked my eye out. Why? Because you're a liar. Your parents look completely normal. Do you take me for an idiot? Leslie, I was telling you the truth. They're ugly monsters. Why can't you see it? But my friend didn't even turn around. Not much changed in my life when I turned 17. I still loved to compete with everyone because I wanted to be the brightest star in the sky. I dyed my hair all the colors of the rainbow to stand out more and became the best student at school. I even won a local beauty contest. But despite all my achievements, I still didn't feel important. It felt like no one noticed any of my efforts. As for Leslie, after that stupid childhood squabble, our friendship burst like a bubble. Now Leslie was friends with Karen. Speaking of Miss Smelly Socks, at the beginning of the holidays, Karen decided to throw a party at her lake house and handed out invitations to everyone at school. Of course, she pointedly ignored me. My party is only for the chosen ones. I'm literally a beauty queen. You're the queen of being lame. Besides, you need a car to reach my house, but you don't have one, do you? Bye, loser. I wasn't going to take that lying down. That evening, I stole the car keys from my mom to go to the party. Everyone's jaws were going to drop when they see me. As soon as I reached the highway, I saw a handsome guy. He was standing next to an expensive car and motioning for me to stop. Hello, my car broke down and my phone died. Could I use yours to make a call? The guy called a tow truck and then suddenly smiled at me. I know what you're thinking. I'm wondering why you aren't returning my phone. Oh, is this really Alex Tip Top? That's right, baby, it's me. As a thank you for your help, I'll even take a selfie with you. I had no idea who that guy was, so I googled him. That's how I found out that Alex Alex Tip-Top was a famous blogger. However, I should have really stopped the car before getting distracted like that. A moment later, I lost control of it and knocked over a bus stop sign. It doesn't look that bad. I'll just tell my parents that raccoons got into the garage and threw a party on the hood of the car. Soon, I drove up to Karen's lake house. Everyone came outside when they heard me coming. It turned out that what they actually came out to see was the police car chasing after me. "You're under arrest." "What? It wasn't me! It was a raccoon!" I was handcuffed in front of everyone. Karen must have been over the moon. Wow, she must be so embarrassed. Poor Sally. At the police station, I found out that my parents had noticed their car was missing and reported it stolen. Oh, great. So they noticed that the car was missing. Driving without a license plus knocking over a sign equals big trouble. The judge sentenced me to community service. I also had to go to a special boot camp for troubled teens. "I like your hair." "I'm Amy." "I'm Sally. I like your hair too. We haven't seen you around before." "This is my first time here. We end up here every summer. They'll keep hoping we'll see the light and change, but we're too cool for that. Instead of doing community service, we break the rules and throw parties. Want to join us?" My whole life, I'd been doing everything to make people pay attention to me. But these guys noticed just like that. Of course, I agreed to hang out with them. However, I didn't want to get into any more trouble. In fact, I wanted to serve my hours so that the whole thing wouldn't affect my chances of getting into a good college. So I played a double game. First, I had fun with my new friends. We listened to loud music and threw parties in the office of the camp director. But after everyone left, I would secretly pick up the trash and do community service like I was supposed to. My new friends and I quickly grew close. They accepted me. We called ourselves a pack. One day, I saw Amy and the others watching Alex Tip-Top's videos. They adored that blogger. I wanted to impress my pack and showed them my selfie with Alex. You'll never guess what happened next. OMG! Is he your boyfriend? Sally, you're so cool! No wonder Alex chose you out of a million other fans. I was about to clear up the misunderstanding, but then my dark inner voice chimed in. You're finally the center of attention, just like you've always wanted. Tell them the truth and you'll ruin everything. One little lie won't hurt anyone. I listened to that voice and played along. They started worshiping me, but soon it was time to say goodbye. I had a great time with you, my pack. Be a bad girl and we'll see you here next summer. When I got home, my parents weren't there. I texted them and asked where they were. It turned out they had forgotten that I was coming back home that day. They had left on vacation and promised to be back in a week. Summer wasn't over yet, so I went to the beach to sunbathe. My classmates were there too. They pretended not to see me. Leslie was the only one who hesitantly came over to say hello. Hi, how are you? How was the camp? Don't talk to this criminal. Careful, Leslie. Karen's stupidity might be contagious. And I miss you. I was sad and lonely. I missed my pack. Without them, the last days of the holidays dragged so long. And then it hit me. My parents weren't at home. I could throw a party. I sent invitations to all the members of our pack and ordered pizza. In the evening, there was a knock at my door. Yay! The pack is back together! We know why you called us. Do you want us to help you get back at Alex for choosing another girl over you? Don't worry. We've got you. I didn't understand what Amy was talking about until she showed me the last photo Alex had posted on social media. He was with some girl. We'll make sure that Alex regrets leaving you, Sally. He will come crawling back to you and beg you for mercy. Hair on the back of my neck stood up. Alex and his real girlfriend were just posting cute pictures. They hadn't done anything wrong, but if I told the truth to my friends, I knew that they would banish me from the pack. I had to lie again. Yeah, he broke up with me. I need to move on. Let's just eat pizza and watch a movie. Are you going to let him treat you like dirt? That moron added location to his post, so we know exactly where Alex and his new girlfriend are now. Let's go there and kick his butt. I frantically tried to figure out how to stop Amy, but then I saw my parents' car drive up to the house through the window. What? Were they coming back so soon? I didn't want my friends to see them and quickly pushed the whole pack to the back door. You're right, let's go to Alex. He should answer for everything. As soon as I said that, I felt like the whole world was glaring at me with disapproval. But it was too late to back down. I had already gone too far. Half an hour later, we were at Alex's mansion. Luckily, a scary security guard wouldn't let us in. Leave. This is private property. Well, we tried. Let's just forget about it. Heck no, we aren't giving up. I have a new plan. Amy pointed with her chin at the high fence and asked the boys to give us a boost. Jeez, that girl really didn't know the meaning of the word no. A couple of minutes later, Amy and I burst into the house. We seemed to have interrupted a family party. My love, you've made me happy. Today, I want to ask you in front of our families. Will you marry me? I realized that I couldn't let Amy jump in and ruin everything. I wanted to quietly drag her away and confess everything, but it was too late. Listen up, everyone. Alex is a tip-top pathetic slug. He swore to only love my friend Sally, and then he dumped her for some nobody. What? Hey, how did you get in here? Baby, I've only seen this girl once. I borrowed her phone when my car broke down on the highway. What? Is that true? It is. Amy, you guys misunderstood everything. I played along and pretended Alex and I were a thing. I shouldn't have done that. You'll regret this. Amy was furious, but not as furious as Alex's fiance. How dare you barge in here and ruin the most romantic moment of my life! She gave her dog a command, and it ran after me, barking. Ah! That's how I ended up in this situation. It was time to get out of there. Who would agree to help me? Amy and the rest of the pack weren't an option. They probably wanted to tear me into tiny pieces. My parents were always too busy for me. There was only one person that came to mind. I called Leslie, told her about everything that had happened, and asked her to help me. I wasn't expecting her to agree, but Leslie came to the rescue. She tossed a large piece of ham to the dog. I finally managed to get down from the tree. Leslie and I had a lot to discuss on the way home. Thank you for coming when I called. Our friendship did mean something to you. I still feel bad that you replaced me with Karen. And I was hurt when you didn't trust me. I was your best friend. Instead of telling me why you were embarrassed of your parents, you came up with some nonsense about ugly monsters. But they really are ugly goblins. Sally, you're the only one that sees them that way. With a sad smile, Leslie left me and went home. I stood there wondering, was there really something strange about the way I saw my parents? I'm sure you're wondering what happened next. Amy and her pack thought they would get away with their antics and just go to the camp as usual. But the thing was, they were old enough now and couldn't avoid the punishment for breaking into someone else's house. Meanwhile, my school and the camp director sang my praises. Alex and his fiancée agreed not to press charges. But in return, they made me promise that I would work on my unhealthy lying habit with a therapist. Imagine my surprise when, after a few sessions, my therapist said my problem wasn't actually lying. Sally, you craved attention so much that you were ready to do anything for it. But it wasn't just anyone you wanted to notice you. It was your parents. Now that I thought about it, she was right. My parents were never around. I didn't feel supported and couldn't share my joys and sorrows with them. Your parents have been ignoring you ever since you were a child, and your brain developed a defense mechanism. You started to see your parents as ugly monsters. It was the only way you could explain why someone would care so little for their own child. Daddy, let's play! Not now, Sally, I'm busy. Mom, will you play with me? I'm dealing with something important. Don't bother me. You wanted to be loved, and that's why you spent your whole life trying to attract attention. However, there was only one person whose love for you matters. That person is you, Sally. Talking to a therapist helped me deal with my issues. Right now, I'm trying to rekindle my friendship with Leslie. I think we'll be fine. As for my parents, as I grew up, I realized that they were just working hard and were very tired. That's why we spent so little time together. Thanks to them, I never wanted for anything, but I wish they'd spent more time with me instead. What do you think? Tell me in the comments down below. By the way, no animals were harmed during the filming of this episode.